Good morning again. So here we are, getting that chance to take extra 10-15 minutes to remind ourselves to take that breath, relax our necks, relax our shoulders, that we can give ourselves this extra few minutes in the morning just to start our days with a little contemplation, or as I like to call this, my daily inventory. But taking an inventory of ourselves, checking in, seeing where we're at before we start the day. Seeing if there's any angers or resentments or anything to look at. Maybe if we can look at it now through this inventory here. If something pops up in the middle of the day that might get us angry or upset. If we've already checked in and we've already looked at ourselves, maybe it won't affect us as much. Maybe we won't react. So, again, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the water, sounds of waves. And taking that breath. So what does the universe have for us today? So, got a message from Carla, who's been with us for a long time. But she's busy and she'll be back to joining us again in March. So that, I guess, means that I'm going to keep doing this at least until March. That'll be like a year and a half nonstop, except for the occasional break for a holiday. But let's see what the universe has for us. So, and here is our stack. And I'm going to make 3 threads going out to the universe. Each one a different thought, a different conversation. Each one of these threads is a different path. Whichever one I choose will be the thought we'll take with us for the day. Or if you've ever seen The Matrix, do we want the red pill or the blue pill? But today is what, Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Let's see what's right on the surface. Let's see what's right on top that maybe we're not noticing. Let's do our 3-in-1. Okay. So, we were discussing 4s yesterday. Here we have the 4 of Cups reversed. So, we were talking yesterday about how 4s, 4 legs on a table, things being solid. Good morning, Maureen. 4 is just that stability, and it can go a couple different ways. It's good to finally reach that stability, but when we stay there too long, we might start taking things for granted. Here Pamela Coleman Smith shows somebody sitting here staring at their 3 cups. Here comes a 4th cup, and he's like, that's just not enough anymore. When it used to be, we were ecstatic to get that very first cup. And now we're like, oh, it's another cup. Thanks. But this is reversed. So let's see where we're going. Ooh. So with the Moon card, this gives us a chance to maybe face our fears. The Moon is also about intuition. So this is one of those things where I always describe the Moon card is that sometimes underneath the Moon, things may not appear the way they really are. So think of it like this, is that when you're walking into a forest and it's dark, twilight, and you see something over to the left, and you look at it and you're not sure if it's an animal or if it's something that's going to jump out. But if it was daylight, you would see that it's just a log. So this is facing our fears, seeing things for the way they are, being willing to walk through them. To the Sun reversed. So right off the bat now we have 2 majors. And so we always want to pay attention when we have that many majors. So this is one of those things where if you're discontent, then what are you going to do about it? If we realize that, it was good, things were good, but eventually it's time to move on. We get this 4 of Cups reversed. We realize that we are not feeling that spiritually soundness. So cups are what? Cups are water. Cups are emotions, they're feelings, they are spirituality. And with the 4 of Cups reversed, we realize that that water has gotten stagnant. We're taking things for granted. But we also can make that decision, and this is kind of a theme this week. We make that decision that says, you know what? It's time to move on, and I know it. I don't know what's on the other side. But this is saying that we need to be realistic about it. Because with the Sun, this is the happiest card in the deck. This is the Sun card. This is when we make that true, when things just go right and things are everything you want, and everything's peaches and cream and life is complete. But reverse, the Sun is still not a negative card. It just means, things work out, but it may not be exactly the way we want it. So, anagnorisis, as Aristotle would put it, we realize, I'm just not content. I was, now I'm not. Things change, things move on, but we realize it. And it's like, sometimes you just need to move on. You need to just take that chance. Do things always work out to be the greatest in the world? No. But is it still good that we moved on, that we took that time? Absolutely. Just don't have a huge expectation. The advice card being the 7 of Wands. 7s are what? 7s are potential and ambition. 7s are taking that chance. It can be a struggle. Because, as Pamela Coleman Smith again wonderfully puts it, she has this gentleman up here on the rock, and he's got some slippery footing. He's got 2 separate colored boots, but he has his objectives lined up in a row. Let's say each one of these is a task or a person, But the point is that he's up on the rock. He's got him lined up. So that means that once we build that foundation, we can move forward. Once we're realistic about it, we can move forward. So for today, our story essentially says is that when we get that feeling of discontentment, or I've done this, I've succeeded, I've reached this point where I needed to be in the race. I've reached this point in the race where I need to be, but it's not the end. There's still more race to run. So I need to actually just make the decision that it's like, you know what, it's time to move forward. Don't know where I'm going. It's a chance. But I need to just use my intuition and things will be fine. It doesn't mean that, again, the race is over, because I still have more things to do. But we have this start now where we can learn, grow, adapt, meet new friends along the way, maybe get a couple pets and raise a crocodile. Or I should say a crayfish. So that's the basic gist. What do we need to do next? Doesn't need to be a big giant thing. Just keep our expectations realistic and keep our objectives lined up in a row. The goals are tasks. Just stay on top of it. And things will work out. Things might work out fantastic, but not, it's not the end of the race. This would be the end of the race. Yay, woo! But this is another goal that we set as we move forward. So what is it that we're feeling? That's the main thing. We don't realize it until we become this person. He's sitting there, and let's imagine there's the waves back there that we talk about. He's taking a breath. He sees these cups. He realizes the fourth cup is not going to make these three any better. It's just another cup. He realizes that he's taking that breath, relaxing, and that he's going to have to move forward. If he wants to feel that feeling of getting that first cup again. We want that feeling. So, good morning, Esoteric Jezza and Spacebar. Spacebat71. Hello, both of you over there on Twitch. Hello and welcome. So if you haven't been here before, I do this every morning, 7:15. It's a daily reflection. It is our morning inventory and a reminder to take a breath. So I hope you join us again. And with that, and basically, YouTube is where I actually do all the streaming and everything else. Carla left a message, and she said that she said, "Good morning, hope all is good. I truly miss your lives," the live streaming, and she'll be back sometime in March. So I am going to write her back and let her know that we miss her very much. She must be busy. She's motivating. She's walking through the valley that she needs to. But I would like her to have that card like that. Just because she's also one of my favorites. So again, so Esoteric Jezza and Spacebat. If you go to YouTube, type in MyTarot.org and hit enter, you'll see I have like 400 videos now. Come visit there. So, with that, everybody have an amazing morning again. Have an amazing day, and I will be here again tomorrow, 7:15. Thanks again. Good night, or good night. Have a good day, Maureen. Have a good evening, good night, and good everything else based on wherever you are at in the world. Take care.